I used to think betrayal had a sound, a sharp, shattering crack that split your world in two. But when I uncovered my wife's, it came as a whisper that slid through my phone speaker. One quiet Thursday night when I should have ignored the call. "Hey baby, can't wait for tomorrow." Same place. The voice was low, teasing a man's. My heart froze, then stumbled. Same place. I repeated the words in my head, grasping for any explanation that didn't destroy me. A coworker, a relative, a joke. Anything but the truth. Then she spoke. "I'll make sure he's out of the house by 7. Her voice, soft, familiar, comforting, now scorched every memory it had once warmed. Her name was Lena, and for 7 years, she was the heartbeat of my world. Our house by the lake, our quiet routines, our wordless morning smiles over coffee. All of it built on what I thought was unshakable trust. But that night I realized I was living in a story only one of us believed in. I didn't confront her immediately. I couldn't. Instead, I observed, listened, waited. The next morning, she kissed me goodbye, humming softly as she buttoned her blouse. The same one she'd worn on our last anniversary. I almost laughed. By evening, I had a plan. Friday arrived, wrapped in the illusion of normal. Around noon, she texted, "Don't wait up tonight. Dinner with friends. Love you. Red heart." I stared at the message before replying. Of course. Have fun. That evening, I made 2 calls. The first was to my brother-in-law, Evan. "Hey," I said lightly. "I'm throwing a surprise dinner for Lena. Think you and the family could come?" He laughed. "You? Doing surprises?" "Yeah." I forced a chuckle. "This one's special." The second call was to the restaurant, where Lena planned to meet her friends. A dim, intimate spot downtown. Asked to book the private hall next to the main floor. Close enough to see, but not be seen. When the manager asked what the occasion was, I told him, truth. At 7 sharp, Lena left in a blue dress that once made me forget how to breathe. She looked radiant, effortlessly beautiful, and the sight of her twisted something cruel inside me. I followed at a distance, watching her reflection flicker in shop windows, until she disappeared inside the restaurant. From my seat in the adjacent room, I saw her through the glass divider. No friends, just him, younger, taller, the kind of easy confidence I used to have. Their hands met across the table, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. She laughed, that soft, melodic laugh I hadn't heard in months, and something inside me fractured. I should have walked out, but instead, I sent Evan a text. "Bring everyone now." 20 minutes later, her parents, sister, and Evan walked in, confused but smiling, expecting a celebration. "What's this about?" her father asked. "You'll see," I said evenly. Too evenly. The waiter led us into the adjoining hall. Through the glass, Lena hadn't noticed us. She was tracing the rim of her wine glass, listening to him whisper something. That made her blush. Her mother gasped softly. "Is that?" "Yes," I said. "That's your daughter." Silence filled the room. Thick, suffocating silence. Lena's father clenched his jaw. "What are you planning to do?" "Just watch," I said. I waited until dessert arrived. 2 plates, 1 candle flickering between them. Then I stood. I nodded to the manager. The lights in our hall dimmed, and the sliding partition opened with a soft hiss. The sound startled them. Lena looked up, her laughter dying mid-breath. Her eyes found mine, then her family's. Color drained from her face. "Michael," she stammered, half rising. What are you doing here?" I stepped forward, steady and cold. "Dinner with friends, right?" The man beside her shifted uneasily. "Hey, there's been some kind of mistake." "Sit down." I cut him off. He hesitated, then obeyed. Lena's mother covered her mouth, tears spilling. Her father's grip tightened around his glass. "Michael, please," Lena whispered. "We can talk about this." Talk. I let out a bitter laugh. "Like how you talked to him last night. Or how you planned to get me out of the house by 7. Her eyes widened. She knew I'd heard everything. You invited your lover here, I said quietly. So, I invited your family. Fair trade, don't you think? Her father stood, his voice trembling with fury. How could you do this, Lena? She burst into tears. Dad, it's not what it looks like. Her mother's sob cut her off. Then what is it? Her lover stood abruptly, mumbling about not wanting drama, and left. I didn't stop him. He was never the point. Lena reached for me, her hand shaking. Please, Michael. I made a mistake. I just needed to feel something again. Her words struck like a dull blade. Something again, I echoed. We built everything, Lena, and you traded it for something. She collapsed into her chair, crying. But I felt nothing, only a hollow ache. Where love used to live. Do you have any idea what it's like? I said quietly. To hear the person you trust most planning your betrayal like it's a calendar event. She tried to speak, but her voice fell to fragments. Her family watched in silence, grief and anger tangled together. The candle between her untouched desserts trembled, its flame fighting to stay alive. Finally, I placed our house key on the table. You don't need to come home tonight. Or ever. Michael, please, she cried. I can fix this. I shook my head. No. Some things you don't fix, you survive. And I walked away. Past the whispers. Past the wreckage. Past what used to be my life. I didn't look back that night. But the next morning, when sunlight crept through my blinds, it hit me, not with relief, but with the quiet stillness that follows a storm. Her family called later, apologizing for her. I told them it wasn't their fault. Love doesn't make monsters. Lies do. A week later, Lena came to collect her things. She looked smaller, dimmer, like the weight of what she'd done had finally settled. I never meant to hurt you, she whispered. I nodded, silent. Some words no longer deserved replies. As she turned to leave, she paused at the door. You invited them all just to watch me fall. I met her gaze. No, Lena. I invited them to watch me stand back up. Epilogue. People talk about closure like it's an event, as if one day the pain simply ends. But it doesn't. It fades slowly, like smoke after a fire. And sometimes, in the quiet, I still hear that whisper, the one that broke me. But then I remember the night I stopped being the fool in someone else's story.